Hello, my name is Bill Hazeman, and I want to say thank you for joining us for this Real Office Assistant Intranet 10-minute demo. You can see under my name my personal contact information, and you should feel free to contact me at any time. Real Office Assistant is developed by Intranets-NetsCom.com. We put 5 bullets together that we think are the key reasons that an intranet is important for your company. In no particular order, an intranet encourages and promotes successful work habits with your agents. When you're able to collect all of the important tools, resources, information, and instructions that your agents need and use on a daily or frequent basis in one online, easy-to-get-at location, you can't help but help them do a better job. An intranet helps your agents reduce their errors. It does this by simply making sure that the current and correct information is always in front of them. And I kind of like to put the word stupid. I know it's rude to say sometimes, but it reduces stupid errors. And as a business owner, those are the ones that are most frustrating to me because I know errors will still be made. I just want to stop making the same dumb mistakes all the time. An intranet will help accomplish that. An intranet will reduce the amount of paper and costs associated to printing. We have some customers that tell us that their reduced printing costs and paper costs has offset and then some the cost of their Real Office Assistant intranet. Also makes you a little more of a green company. An intranet will shift the onus from you having to inform the office to the office being informed. What does that mean? That means that you currently send out email, you make phone calls to remind everybody about an important meeting. And invariably somebody still misses the meeting, and the day after it's over, they come to you and they say, I'm a little upset. I wanted to be there. How come I didn't get that email? To which you say, I mailed it. You should have got it. I don't know what happened. But you're responsible for that mistake. When that same message is posted on the intranet and readily available, instead of being responsible for not making sure that person knew about the meeting, you're able to say, hey, I'm sorry you didn't get the message, but it's been posted on the company intranet for the past 5 days. You still should have known about it. As a business owner, there's a very nice comfort knowing that that burden is lifted completely from your shoulders. And the last bullet, I think, is the most important. And that is that there are simply too many things for a person to remember for you to count on them to get it right on their own. Let's think about listings for a moment. The most common thing a real estate agent should be doing. I get a listing, I put it on the MLS. Well, I should also put it on Facebook. I should also put it, maybe announce it through my Twitter. Maybe I'm going to put it on Google, Yahoo, Craigslist. We just named 6 things an agent should do once they get a listing. How many more things are there in the course of your agent's daily work that they should be performing on a regular basis that they're not remembering? So an intranet, there are simply too many things for an agent to do to count on them to get it right all on their own. I certainly wouldn't want to take that risk. As we get ready to show you a live demonstration site, I want to point out that Real Office Assistant brands to your company, so it supports your investment in your name. Currently, Real Office Assistant is being used by brands belonging to RE/MAX, Century 21, Coldwell Banker, ERA, Exit Realty, Prudential, and any number of other privately branded companies. You can see on the images on the bottom of the screen that Real Office Assistant is easily branded to look like you. Let's take a look at our demo site. This is Real Office Assistant. The first thing you notice as you look at the screen is there are 3 primary graphic elements. There's an events area, there's an announcement area. And there's this row of icons. The first thing we're going to look at is the events and the announcements. Events can be looked at by day, by week, or by month. If we flip to the month view, I see a list of every event from every calendar that we use, all in one place. We're going to pull up on Friday the 29th. I can see at 12 o'clock there's a recruiting session. I can see it invites me to bring somebody and that we'll feed them pizza and soda. We're a great way to grow your company and to include your agents in that process. So events, one long list, including the details of that event that your agents might need. Maybe it's a training session, maybe it's an office meeting, maybe you have a special speaker coming. Over on the announcement center, well, announcements are not just the obvious. Announcements aren't just don't forget tomorrow's meeting. We posted a new updated document, please update your files. But there are also things like this summary for June. Tell the agents in your company, the top producer this month was Sam with 3 transactions. Betty had the first transaction. The last transaction, squeaking in just before the last day of the month, is Luann. We hit 117% of goal. Tell them what the goal is. What this message does is A, it tells your agents that you're viable, you're in business and things are going forward. And in this tough economy, boy, what a godsend that is. But it also tells 2 or 3 people who know Sam, wow, Sam was the top producer. I think I can do the same job he does. And maybe it gets me working a little bit harder. The other thing I think is important is have a contest. Help your agents do a good job. This is straight out of one of our customers who literally did this program. They challenged each agent to make 5 cold calls a day for 5 straight days. For every 10 agents, that was 250 new cold called prospects that went into their pool of business, right, to their drip marketing. Now, I can't tell you what it ended up on the other end, but I can tell you they've continued this program. They give away a nice, crisp $100 bill once a month. Maybe you give away an iPad. How valuable is it to you to get each of your agents prospecting? So announcements should not be just the obvious, but it should also be ways to encourage and motivate your agents to do a better job. The icon bar is very obvious. I'm one of your agents. I happen to be sitting at the dining room table of a new prospect, and I'm wishing I had our current listing presentation. Well, I know that even on their computer, I can log on to our company intranet. I can go to our document library, and I can go to our listing presentations, and I can see right here that we have a 10-minute presentation that I can show these people. That fast, that easy. You've enabled your agents to do a better job. He didn't have to run to the office. He didn't have to scramble around. He didn't have to ask for a fax. He's able to show the fresh, live, beautiful listing presentation that you've created. So that's the document center. The calendar, you can have as many calendars as you want. If I click on any one of these, it will open up and show me a traditional view. And in the traditional view, I'm able to click and see the details for whatever that event is. Company links, we talked earlier about just when you have a listing where it goes. You should have links for every tool and resource you want your agents to remember to use. And as an example, Craigslist, homes for sale. I don't have to think about it or remember it. Here's the page that I can go straight to put my listing on Craigslist. Company roster, the cool feature here is the send group email. It'll send an email to everyone in the company. I don't have to be on my computer to do this. What does this mean? This means when I have that short sale and it just fell through, but I have an approved short sale ready to go, but no buyer, I can tell everyone that works in my company about it quickly, easily, rapidly. As we work across this icon bar, this is your company listings. This allows your agents to more easily log on to company email. Discussion forums are very important. With all the different, think of mobile applications. Here we have under tools and resources a post for mobile apps. And if I click on this, then I'm going to see that there's a note about a program called Evernote. Here's 10 reasons why it's a good program. Here's someone else that uses it in the company. So I'm able to communicate about these positive, good tools to the people I work with effortlessly and easily, again, making everybody in the company just a little bit better. As we work across the icon bar, there's a ticket-based help center. There's an agent toolbox and training center, which are both an intranet within an intranet. Rather than using the icons, it gives me a link directly to whatever calendars you assign or categories, forums, without having to click each individual icon. As I work across the icon bar, there's a collection of generic tools, a From the Experts section, quick links to your MLS. The intranet is localized for the city that you're in. So we have a series of national links, state, county, and city links, all localized to your office. And then the last one over is a place to put your vendors, which are also an important part of your agent's world. And that's Real Office Assistant. It is simple, it's fast. I don't understand how a company can work without an intranet. In closing, Real Office Assistant brands to your company. It supports your investment in who you are. It's proven since 2004 to be easy to use, and it's easier today in version 5 than it's ever been before. Our quick start guide makes getting started easy. Our costs are remarkably low, ridiculously low. If you want to place an order or you simply want to get more information, you can go to www.re-intranets.com and just explore. If you'd like to contact us, that's our office number up on top, our general email address. And please feel free to follow us on Facebook, check in on our YouTube channel, and subscribe to our Twitter feed. Again, we appreciate you taking the time to have watched this short demonstration. We hope to see you soon as part of the Real Office Assistant customer family. We hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.